Well, hey there everybody, and welcome to Will's World. My name is Will, and this is my world. Thanks for joining me. I've got a little bit to catch you guys up on, so let's just dive right into it, so hopefully this video won't be as long as some of the others. Alright, so, as you may know, I am now playing on a server, so that means that things are gonna happen off camera. One of those things that happened recently is a couple of people got on with me the other night, and we decided that our little village, or my little village, or whatever you want to call it, we needed a welcome center. So I went ahead and slapped this bad boy together. I don't know, it was probably about an hour's worth of work, but I had my buddies online with me. We were chatting. It was awesome. It's right across from our fishing shack, which you may remember from the last episode. This thing works a charm. As you can tell, I have some pretty awesome tools now, which we'll get into more of that in a little bit. But awesome little fishing shack, and right across from it we went ahead and made a welcome center. So if we head in to this welcome center, we've got this big wall over here where the plan is, as we go out and explore the world, we're going to leave points of interest on this wall, post signs, maps, what have you. When you come in here, you'll note I've gone crazy with the lanterns because I love them. But there are random barrels all over the place. You can put stuff in there. And then in here, it's already been taken over by villagers and a golem, but we've got some beds and some storage in case new people hop on, get on the server. They've got somewhere to go, somewhere to sleep, and be safe at night when they first enter our village. You can see up there in the sky, one of my buddy's Pest is building his fortress in the sky, and we'll get to talking to him sometime soon. Next time he's on, we'll have to do a little chat with him and check out what he's got going on up there. But it's already looking amazing, as per usual with Pest. I don't know if you remember, I used to post. There were about 30 videos from the old Kisbit server. And yeah, he featured in more than a couple of them. I've gone through town and along the path added these street lamps, trying to get rid of as much of the torch spam as I can. So that's something. I've cleared out a giant space here. I think I want to build a massive library here where I can put all of my librarian villagers and get something cool going there. Let's continue on this way. Spent a lot of time swimming about in the ocean, and this thing is cooking up kelp because it's a great fuel source and it's easy to get. Real quick, you saw all the mending. I lucked out, and I lucked out hard. If we look in here, this guy, this librarian, is selling a mending book for 21 emeralds, which I know doesn't sound cheap, but with all the new trades, with all these villagers, it's not hard to get the emeralds, so that's been pretty darn awesome. Let's head out this way. I've done some more consolidating. Knocked down knocked down the cartography house because I want to build one and I want to build it nice. So I've got this space right here for that. I've added floors to the sugarcane farm. So now I've got 4 modules running, and I've recently emptied this thing, so there's not much in there right now, but it's doing better than it did when it was just the one module. Again, we've gone through and we've cut some more paths. I moved the well over here. I just think it's a nice little spot for it, and I gave it a redesign that I think works out really, really nicely. Heading down this way, I've connected the pathway around here, and oh hey, traveling salesman. Again, with the street lamps, I have completely eradicated the extra bits of the town that were over here. Eventually, I'll probably go through and get rid of all these extraneous path blocks. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe I'll leave them. We'll see what happens. But this is going to make things a lot more doable when it comes to putting a wall around this village. But anyway, guys, this is the spot. This is the spot for today's episode. We are going to make a new cartography house. And I've got some plans, and I think they're going to be pretty cool. We're going to integrate this hill back here. It's going to be neat. So let me gather some materials. I will say I still absolutely love the campfires and how awesome they make chimney effects look. Like, that is just cool. But anyway, guys, let me gather some materials and, of course, my thoughts. And as always, I will be back in a flash. Later, dude. Okay, guys, so first things first, like we do, we're going to frame this thing out, but we're going to do the frame just a little bit differently today. It's going to be kind of cool. We're setting the walls in exactly one block, which is going to make this entrance, this beginning part of our building smaller than, it's just an entrance though. And actually, I'm getting ideas while I'm doing this. So anyway, as you can tell, we've got what I am calling the base layer all built out. And yeah, right now, as I get around to the other sides, it does look just a little bit, you could say drab, right? But even so, even as drab as it is, like the walls don't have texture variation yet, we'll get to that later. Sinking the walls back behind the frame already gives it a layer of depth that I think is just, it's really a neat move in Minecraft, and we're going to do more things to give it even more depth and make it look even cooler. On the inside, the downside to doing things this particular way is that your interior ends up being a lot smaller than you might have initially accounted for. But for the cartography house, I think it's going to work out just fine. So the next thing that I want to do, though, is actually frame out, I hate that word, and I do it all the time. We're actually going to try to frame out a roof pattern for this bad boy. All right, so we're going to put a peak up front. So we're going to go 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 on here. And that's going to come back and eventually meet up with the roof back here, because we're going to put a pitch here and it's going to come across all the way across this way. And then we're going to put a peak on the back as well. That'll do something fun back here. So that's there. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how this is going to be... This is going to be taller. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's going to be even taller than over here. So this roof shape is going to be, it's going to be neat. I have a feeling. All right, so as you can see, I've already kind of done the outline on that peak. I just have to finish this one. With the even-sided peaks here, our stair blocks are actually going to come up and form a nice ridge, which is like one of the few benefits, I think, to building on an even, is it affords us this right here. Where the two stair blocks meet back to back gives us a ridge that we wouldn't get otherwise. So, now that I've got all this done, gosh, I'm actually going to have to go and get the spruce slabs to try to make all of this meet. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I've finished off the, we'll call it the left side of the roof for this building as we were just facing it. I had to try to figure it out. I wanted to make sure it was going to line up before I brought you guys back in, and it does. It's just a little funky, but, you know, who doesn't like a little bit of funk every now and then? Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, we're just going to fill in these bits with spruce, and we're doing it one section at a time to make sure that everything lines up like it's supposed to. I like outlining my roof in this dark oak as uh, like a highlight. It defines the edges of the roof. It gives it a definitive ridge line and just kind of brings everything together, as it were. So, boom, we use the dark oak there because it's going into this ridge here. So that's this quarter done. And then we go over to this side and we've got a little bit more interest going on here because we have this taller peak that we now have to play with that goes into a much shorter peak, as you can see. So this, again, we're just going to come over here, but it's going to change just a little bit, bringing it from the taller roof. That working on these is a real joy. It honestly is. And I think that's what we want there. Yes, yes it is. It very much is because we're going to put this here and it's all going to line up when we bring this over to there. And boom. You see that? How it all... We've got this lovely line that forms across. If we could get an aerial view, this would basically just be a cross with a fatter section going this way and a thinner section going this way. So as far as roof shapes go, I think this one is pretty darn cool. We've got the lovely ridge there, and if we head over, picking up trees, head over this way, beautiful short ridge there, and if we head to the back, we've got that nice tall ridge there, and it all comes together to form just a beautiful, beautiful roof shape. Okay guys, let's see what we've got going on so far. So on the inside, I'm starting to plot out like where some windows are going to go, and I've added a stairway that leads upstairs. And we'll figure something cool to do up here. Maybe this will be living quarters for the cartographer. And living quarters and storage. And we'll do something neat with the ceiling. We might even be able to, on this side over here, put in some windows up in the roof. I think that could be cool. We might even have room there and there for a couple of windows. I like the way these little cubbies worked out. One side as a beautiful staircase and the other side as a beautiful sunk-in window, which I think is just going to be awesome. Yes, that will be fantastic. What I did for the ceiling and subsequently floor up here was I took the dark oak stairs and I just went around the entire walls. That sentence didn't make sense the way I just said it, but you see what I'm pointing to here. Basically, it's like crown molding all the way around the top of the walls, and then I used spruce slabs to fill in the inside parts. And I went and cut out a couple of really awesome windows. We've got this huge window that overlooks the village this way, and a smaller window there. Easy as pie. Interior is going to take a lot of work. I am aware, and that is okay. And you know what's even cooler that I just thought about? I might be able to put a set of stairs going down right here as well. We'll have to see what happens. But there was something I wanted to show you on the outside of this building that can add a lot of depth to any of your builds. And that's just going to all of the corners here. Again, we're using dark oak because it matches the spruce really well. And we're throwing in stairs basically in the corners and anywhere that looks like it might need added support. And this one little trick can take your build from looking very Minecraft and square to just giving all of your walls a level of interest and detail that just adds that certain, oh, it's so pretentious, but je ne sais quoi, which is literally French for I don't know. Like, but but it adds that certain something, that something that just gives your build a level of detail that it otherwise would not have. Now, for spaces like that, obviously, not going to put them in there. That would just get too crowded, but we can have them elsewhere and it will look super, super cool. And when you have changes in elevation like this, that even lends itself. Suddenly, it's not all the same, and you end up with this wall that just looks awesome. And it's super simple to do. So, highly recommend it. I can't recall who it was I was watching where I got the inspiration for this, but that's the way the game works. You watch others, you learn from them, and you pick up on your own little tricks here and there to make everything uniquely your own. Let me grab some more of these bad boys because we're going to need them. Just to finish out the outside here. And because of the way that this bad boy was built, it's easier. I mean, I know I cut the windows out on here from the inside, but because of the way this was built, sometimes it's easier to put your windows in from the outside of your building. Obviously, I can't put one in there because of where the stairs are, but for the sides here, I can totally and easily cut in some nice double tall windows right there, and it'll end up working for my interior, and I make sure that it still works for the exterior. See, that window's set right in the middle there, and that's beautiful. Can't really do much there, but that's okay. I need to grab some scaffolding really quick so that we can finish up the outsides here. So I'd need to just pop up in here, grab my stairs again. I hope I have enough. I might need a couple more now that I think about it. But that's okay. That is okay, because making more ain't no thing. Boom. And we're going to slide on over to this side and scaffold up. Oh, don't want to put it like that. Caught it. Ah, let's get up there. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and then we're going to go back down. I think we can get to our last section just running through the inside here. I think this is the last section. I could be mistaken. But we're going to run around and we're going to take a look. So, boom, look at all of that, right? Everything looks like it. Up, there we go. That's the one. That's the one. And up we go. And I think I have just enough to have one left over. And I think I know where I want this one to go. I think yeah. Well, that's an interesting conundrum because you see the window is set in there, but I believe I can fix that. Yeah, I think this will look cool. So we're going to pillar our way up here, and this will be the finishing touches on the exterior here. So we're going to knock that out, and we're actually going to put a full block there, and then we're going to grab our dark oak, the last one we had, and blammo. Now it is supporting this pillar right here. Oh, how cool is that? I love it when a plan comes together. All right, let's bust this down to the ground. Oh yeah, she's looking cool. So, hey guys, let me check time and see what more we can do in this episode. I don't want it going too much over 20 minutes, but let me see what I can do. Let me check my time, and I will be back with you in a flash. Oh, but this is looking cool. All right, back in a flash. Oh, well, darn it all, guys. It never fails. I always think I have more time than I actually do, but we are well out of it for this particular video. I'm sorry I didn't get more done. In real time, this actually took me probably 2.5 hours, so that's a chunk of time, and the video's gotten way too long. So this is just going to have to be a two-parter. I think we've got a good portion of it done, and the next video can be spent just on working out all of the finer details of this, what's going to be a beautiful, beautiful building. I truly believe this is going to be really cool, and I think we are actually going to be able to put a basement into this building. We might even be able to put a door right here, and it'll have a front door and a back door, and it'll be just awesome. But that is all the time we've got. Let me run inside real quick so you can take a peek in there. Haven't done a lot, but I'll tell you well, I won't tell you because I don't want to spoil the interior and the details. This is going to be really cool, though. This is going to be really, really cool. But hey, guys, like I said half a dozen times already, we are way out of time. So I just want to, if you stuck around this long, I cannot thank you enough. But thank you so much for watching. I've been Will. This has been Will's World. You be excellent to each other, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys. Bye.